So you guys know that people often send me stuff about Aquarius. So a woman sent me a list of Aquarius facts. And she told me that some of these I've never talked about. So I didn't read them. I read the first two and I stopped. And I was like, okay, I'm going to answer these cold on camera. And she says some of them I've mentioned and some of them I haven't. So I think it's going to be interesting to touch on the ones I haven't. So let's do the introduction. And then I'm going to read these and tell you guys what I think. And in the comments section, you can let me know what you think. Okay? All right, guys. I am Queen Osset Haru. And thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. And don't forget to give us a positive comment in the comment section. Also, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to read and respond to two of my favorite positive comments at random. And one of them could be yours. If you would like to get a reading done, please email me. My email and all my information is underneath this video. My social media is there. My Patreon link is there. Let me see. My PayPal link is there. The Ask an Aquarius merchandise is there. Everything is underneath this video that you might need. So, let us begin. Aquarius fact number 1. Aquarius, do not judge. You will meet judgmental Aquarius. These are people who are more likely of a lower vibration, but higher vibrational Aquarius don't judge at all. Even when I find myself judging something, I ask myself, am I being fair? The other day I was judging somebody. I was really judging her because I was just looking like, I mean, her behavior was just ugly. And I asked myself, is it fair to judge her? Are you judging her properly? You know, is your assessment right? I asked myself in my mind all of these questions. And so like I said, as an Aquarius, even when we do judge, we ask ourselves, is this the right judgment? And we're constantly thinking about it. So we don't like that because we don't like being judged. Aquarius are judged all the time. So many of us try to steer away from judging other people, or at least not speaking those judgments to that person and harming them or their feelings. Number 2, Aquarius often stumble on their words because their minds move faster than their mouths. This is very true for me. You can tell me if this is true for you. You guys know that. You guys watch me on video. Sometimes I have to slow myself down because I have like 3 or 4 points. Some of the times I'll even make a mistake because I'm talking too fast and I'm, going too fast. But the problem is that my brain has come up with all of this stuff and my mouth can't move fast enough to get it out. So sometimes I do stumble or stutter or stammer and I'm like, okay, calm down. I have to calm myself down, like calm down. And list them. I always tell myself, list them one by one. So you're 100% correct about that. Number 3, Aquarius can tell when you are not being yourself. It is easy for them to see through things. They pay close attention to changed energy. This is one of the most profound statements I've ever heard about Aquarius. This is very true. Now, mind you, anybody who is an energy reader or energy sensitive can do this, not just Aquarius. But I see a lot of Aquarius who can just naturally, with no training, with no knowledge, can just naturally read energy. They can just read somebody's reactions, their responses, their body language, what they say, what they don't say, how they move, how they don't move. A lot of Aquarius with no knowledge can do this. I see it all the time. That's why I always tell people it's always best to be honest with an Aquarius because they probably already know that you're not being honest. And most of us won't tell you that we know. We'll just let you hang yourself. And we'll just be sitting and looking at you like, really? Okay. And I know for me, I never tell people what I know. Never tell people what I know, because all they're going to do is lie. If somebody's lying to you and you tell them you know that they're lying to you, all they do is lie some more. So I don't even say anything. I just wait and I watch. And then I say, you said X, but you're demonstrating Y. And I just point it out, you know, like that. And I'll leave it alone when I have proof, something to point at. So this is 100% correct. Aquarius would rather be alone than to force themselves to mix with those they obviously have no connection with. Aquarius have no problem being alone. People always say, oh, the Aquarius gonna be alone. People tell me that all the time when they get mad at Aquarius, when we won't be with them, or if we ghost them or something like that. People will be like, well, y'all gonna be alone. And I'm like, you threatening us with a good time. Aquarius thrives alone. Being with other people is the challenge. Duh. So a lot of us can take it or leave it. Some of us get married, some of us don't. Some of us spend a lot of time as a loner. You know, Aquarius can either be a leader or a lone wolf. Those are the two positions I see us in most often. So Aquarius have no problems being alone. Somebody asked me that once and I was like, yo, my home has all my stuff and it's peaceful and quiet. Why would I not? And I have so much to do. I have decks and books and crystals and the internet. I have so many things to do. So people often will say that. And I'm like, Aquarius, we prefer being alone. We like being alone. And that's not to say that we don't like, you know, other people, because we do have relationships with other people. Some Aquarius are like me, like to go to the bar, like to be extroverted, like to go to parties. But at the same time, I think they call it an ambivert. The Aquarius likes that alone time. The next one says, as an Aquarius, you can sometimes drive loved ones mad with your don't care actions. This is one I hear a lot. A lot of people, a lot of Aquarius tell me they get in trouble for not caring enough or for not looking like they care. I have an ex, and I will go through this with her all the time, because when she was caring about something, she was worrying about it and being dramatic about it. And she was Aquarius too. But she was a January Aquarius and I'm a February Aquarius. So our Aquariusness was similar, but I guess more because of her nurturing and upbringing, she dealt with things differently than I did. So if something went wrong, she worried, she stressed until it was over, until it was fixed. And I'm like, that's stupid, because there's always going to be something coming up to be concerned about. So basically, she would just go from worrying about one thing to worrying about another. Monday, she's worried about the car note. Wednesday, she pays the car note. Thursday, she's worried about the gas bill. I already paid it. I come home Thursday night and she's like, oh, you paid it. You know, it's like she was just moving from one thing to the next. And then as soon as I said that, then she's like, oh, well, we got to make sure that we take the cat to the vet. So now you're worried about the cat. So it was like she constantly had something to worry about. As soon as one fire was out, she was worrying about the next one. And I was like, none of these things should you be worrying about. You should have some faith. You should know that things are going to work out. You work every day. You're going to get your money up. You know, have some faith in yourself and in your creator. But that was a whole different conversation. So because I didn't worry, she thought I didn't care. And it was like, no, I care. I'm handling it. I must care. But she wanted me to demonstrate that I cared in a way that was foreign to me. And I'm not going to worry and trip and stress out because that's what makes you feel like I care. Now, mind you, we didn't stay together. Our relationship was not the greatest. Oh my God. You know how people always ask you, would you go back to your ex? And I'm like, not one of them. Oh my God. So this is a very, very true statement. If you are looking for mental stimulation, fun, and sexiness, all in one package, then an Aquarius is for you. All right, so mental stimulation, definitely. Aquarius are a lot of us are very intelligent. I can't say we're all intelligent, because I met some and I was looking at them like, what are you doing? But many of us are very intelligent and very logical, and not just smart and logical, because to me that's kind of boring sometimes, but there's a creativity with it too. You know, we like interesting things, not just, you know, even if we're into something that's traditionally considered to be boring, we explain it in an interesting way, you know? Like, I'm into history and I try to give a creative flair to it, you know? So that's definitely true. Mentally stimulating, fun. A lot of Aquarius are fun. A lot of us are said to be the life of the party. I know I am. I walk in and set it off. I walk in, I want to drink with a dance floor. Like, I walk in. My little brother always says, you walk in and set it off. That's what he always says about me. And I'm like, yeah, come on, let's party, you know? So a lot of Aquarius are fun. And a lot of Aquarius are sexy and like sexuality and like sexual things and are open-minded in that way. Some of the times the sexiness is just from the mystery, though. Some people find Aquarian mystery to be sexy. So it depends. You know, sexiness is something that is up to the eye of the beholder. But a lot of Aquarius are said to be sexy and good at sex. So the last one says an Aquarius is strongly independent and despises the feeling of being held back or told what to do. Strongly independent, a lot of us are. A lot of us are, you know. And despises, yeah, we despise anything that infringes upon our freedom. There was a woman in the comments section, and she said that she doesn't like wearing certain things like jewelry, for example, because it makes her feel confined. You know, she's an Aquarius. So different things can make us feel confined or held back. I don't have that problem, but I tell you what would bother me if I was imprisoned. I would probably snap if I was put in like jail or like the hole, or, you know, somebody like, you know, had me in a basement or something like that, kidnapped me or something. I would snap. I would definitely not make it, because that level, that lack of freedom would drive me crazy. And then the last one, being told what to do. An Aquarius could be getting ready to do what you just said for them to do, and then not do it because you said it. An Aquarius does not like to be told what to do. We like to figure out things for ourselves. And when we have questions, when we need to understand something, we have no problems asking. No problem at all. We always know an expert that we can call who can help us with whatever the situation is. So this is 100% true. All right, let's take it to our positive comments. So this one came from Gowan's mother. Hey, how you doing? Gowan's mother said, low-key, Libras hate when Aquarians detach. And that's when we start with the threats and crying and mood swings. I agree. I agree. That is one time when Libras have tripped on me. But it doesn't really work well, because when you threaten and start crying and mood swinging on an Aquarius, a lot of us shut off or back up. Your best bet when an Aquarius gets detached is to try to talk to them logically. And if they won't talk to you logically, and I've had this happen to me before. I had an Aquarius that I was friends with, but I don't know, he was weird. And I would ask him, like, dog, like, what's up? Like, what is the problem? Like, we're supposed to go do something, and he would act weird, or he couldn't go, or cancel last minute, stuff like that. And I would be like, what's wrong? Like, what is the problem? And instead of just talking to me, he just kept acting weird. I don't know what that was about. So I just stopped talking to him. I ghosted him because I was like, for some reason you being weird and I ain't got time for it. So I would suggest if you can't talk logically to an Aquarius, move on. Something is going on that they don't want to talk about, or something is going on that they don't want to address, and just let them stay over there with that. Let them go way over there with that. I'm not playing that game with no Aquarius. Because I already know how I am. And if I'm not talking, I'm probably not going to. There's usually a reason why I'm not saying it. I don't want you to know, or it's something that might be upsetting to you. It's always something. So I just leave it alone. Baby doll. Hey, baby doll. Baby doll said, happy birthday to all the amazing Aquarius out there. It is our season. Happy birthday to you all. Every last one of you. And my birthday is February the 13th. So I got a ways to go. But this is our season. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I know that, you know, the world is a little uncertain right now. So this might be a strange birthday for many of us, but it's still a birthday. Every celebration, every year, I get another year. I'm just like, thank you. You know, I'm appreciative. I wasted so much time. So now I just appreciate every moment as it comes. All right, guys, you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. You know I got a lot more to say. See you later.